Hi, I'm Peter Birch and welcome to my channel. This is CrittaCam, and today guys, we're going to go into the baby room to see some of the cool snakes that I bred last year. Now if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for finding me. Just make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell to continue to follow me and join the adventure here on CrittaCam. Hi guys, I thought I'd bring you into this baby snake room today and show you some of my favourite hatchlings from this season. Now, it's particularly important that we always catalogue and look at the things that we've produced this season to make room for next season, which is, geez, not very long or far away now, for the next lot of babies that are going to come through. So we want to make sure that we consistently produce cool, good-looking animals, as well as, lots of them, I guess. Here's one of them, right here. That's right, the Dirt Snake King, a guy that breeds dirt snakes, is breeding other cool snakes, like this here, the Werma Python, an absolute gorgeous animal. Now, this particular locality is the Tanami Creek area. These guys have this nice bright orange, and they have these nice yellows and oranges all through them. Now, you can see they're quite a robust, chunky little snake. Now, these guys are really cool. But even better than that, we did manage to produce some of these particular womas. That's right, more particular womas. Now, Tennant Creek is in Northern Territory. These guys are from Queensland. They're called the Brigalow Belt locality animals. Now, these are very important because the actual area that these are coming from is getting destroyed at a pretty big rate, which means that these guys are going to be out of a home in the bush, making them very, very rare and vulnerable, basically. Now, as you can see, they've got these nice black and sort of silvers all through them. Very different to the orange sort of looking animals here from the Tennant Creek. Look at that. Good comparison there between the two. So you can understand slightly different colors and patterns from different areas help them to hide or ambush their particular food types. Now, one of the other cool things that we bred is the monsters of the Aspidaites. That's right, these guys here, the black-headed pythons. Look at this. That is an absolute gorgeous colored animal. Look at those oranges and yellows. Unfortunately, they will fade out a little bit, but they typically stay a nice creams and colors. And here's the sibling. That's right, it's a black and white one. So it's an axanthic. Now, funny enough, Dad is the axanthic, Mum is the het for axanthic. So therefore, half the babies look like Mum and half the babies look like Dad. And there's a great, I don't know, little snapshot of what you should see when the babies hatch. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, trust me, when the babies hatch, it is cool. Absolutely cool little things. Big black heads pop out. Now, these guys can be a little bit frustrating, let's put it. Frustrating establishing them on the food, but once they get going, these guys will put on size pretty quick. Now, they'll grow to about 6 to 8 feet, so they can grow quite big and chunky. And when I mean chunky, I mean averagely around about that, but the females can get a little bit bigger because they're going to carry all those eggs. Now, not only does the Dirt Snake King breed these other cool things, but they also breed some Antaresia. That's right, the dirt snakes themselves. Now, in particular, we did produce some of these really weird or funky looking platinums this year. And look at this, there's one of them, and here's another one. Okay, so these guys are pretty damn cool. Typical platinums, those beautiful reduced colors, pale, bright colors. But the blotches on these guys are actually really, really super pale, and they're almost like ocelots, so they're really opened up. And that particular one is very grumpy indeed. A bit of a bitey little fella. But you can see really yellows and really sort of silvers. So with yellow and without yellow. That's how we like to play the game around here. So, and as you can see, they both like to bite. Antaresia. Bitey little snakes. Look at that. And that guy's going to hang on now. Oh, geez, some silly little buggers. So, let's just get these guys off. There we go. Let go. Thank you. Go back into your little box. In you go. Now, one of the other cool projects that we've been working on for a very long time is the Albino Max. That project has been going for a very long time. And are we seeing some cool results? Well, it's up to you guys to tell me, but I reckon we're seeing some really cool results. I mean, look at this guy here. This guy here is, we're calling Blaze. That's his little family name because he's a little cool dude. He's got some pinks, he's got a little bit of oranges in him and some yellows. An absolute sort of weirdo looking little thing. Very unusual from most of the albinos we've ever produced. Very different indeed. Now, a whole heap of weird albinos came out this year. Now, as you can see, I've got cards on everything, got little coloured dots, which means genes and stuff. But some things you get, you just don't expect. I mean, that guy there is a little bit of a weirdo. Another one, just big orange blotches. Very, very weird. Didn't expect that. Didn't expect that. We also produced these guys. Now, I believe we've produced some albino exanthics, which are called snows, and this is one of them right here. Look at that. So when you put them next to the other guys, you can see the difference. It's got yellow eyes, it's got a pale tongue compared to the dark pink or red eyes, and the pink tongue's very straight up. But also these purple lavender markings, and yes, snows do still have a bit of yellow in them. So, and I mean, some people would probably say that's not enough lavender or purple to make it a snow, but that's okay. Let's chuck this guy in, another snow. And as you can see, those purples and lavenders are really deep indeed and really pop and contrast the rest of the colour pool. And I mean, that's pretty impressive right there. But once again, produced another cool thing, and I'm not really sure what this is. So this guy here is another albino. He's sort of got purples and oranges. He's sort of got the best of both worlds of all these guys all in one. And his pattern's very different indeed. So when you look at that, that's not a bad little handful of albino spotted pythons, that's right. And it's a great way to start future projects. It's a great way to look back on this project. You know what I mean? It's been at least 10 years of hard work to get where we are, to produce these cool guys. And you're probably asking yourself right now, how does he remember which ones go in which boxes? Well, I've almost got like a color-coded photographic memory. So very lucky I can remember all this based on colors and patterns. So yes, I do have a little bit of a thing for colors and patterns, as you can see. Now, probably the best of the best thing that I produced this season would have to be over here, hiding up here. Now, as you might have seen, I do a lot of maternal incubation of eggs, and believe it or not, this guy was maternally incubated. This is my little muddy I'm calling Pinto. Now, Pinto here is basically the result of a double het to a double het breeding. So what does that mean? Well, a T-positive albino crossed marble produces a double het. I put two of those double hets together and produced this guy here. Now, these are pretty randomized sort of results. This guy is a complete freak of nature. He's got a T+ head, he's got marble markings on him, he's got tarbal sort of influences there, he's got purples and whites and all sorts of things going on, some bits of oranges, and to me that is a pretty cool looking animal indeed. Pinto, the coolest looking little children's python. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's show, and I hope you enjoyed looking at some of my favourite little hatchlings from this season. Make sure you hit me up on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Till next time guys, thanks so much for watching CrittaCam.